Most people hear responsibility and think pressure, stress, burden. But responsibility is actually power because the moment you take responsibility for your life, you stop waiting for somebody else to save you. You stop blaming your parents. You stop blaming your past. You stop blaming the economy, your friends, your circumstances. And for the first time, you realize if my choices created this life, then my choices can change it too. That realization is powerful. A lot of people want a better life. They want success, peace, discipline, purpose, respect. But very few people want responsibility because responsibility forces you to look in the mirror. It's easier to blame life than to admit. Maybe you've been procrastinating. Maybe you've been avoiding growth. Maybe you've been comfortable. Maybe you've been waiting too long to become who you are supposed to be. Listen, I'm not saying life is easy. Some people genuinely go through difficult things. But responsibility is not about blaming yourself for everything. It's about deciding, what can I control from this point forward? That mindset changes everything. 4 facts about responsibility. Fact number 1. Responsibility creates power. The dangerous thing about blaming everybody else is that you give away your power. When everything is someone else's fault, you become helpless. But responsibility puts the steering wheel back in your hands. Think about it. The moment you say, my health matters, so I need to change my habits, that's power. The moment you say, my future matters, so I need discipline, that's power. The moment you say, my dreams won't build themselves, that's power. Responsible people are not perfect. They are people who stopped making excuses. And honestly, one of the biggest signs of maturity is when you stop asking, who is going to help me? And start asking, what can I do with what I have? Because growth begins the moment excuses end. Fact number 2. Responsibility isn't fun at first. Nobody talks about this part. Responsibility is uncomfortable because now you can't hide anymore. You can't keep saying, I will start tomorrow. You can't keep wasting years repeating the same cycles. Responsibility forces you to confront yourself. And sometimes, the hardest person to be honest with is yourself. There are people who know exactly what they need to do. Wake up earlier, be disciplined, stop toxic habits, take their goals seriously, heal emotionally, work harder. But they delay it, not because they can't grow, but because responsibility is heavy. It requires consistency, and consistency is difficult when nobody is clapping for you yet. But hear me carefully. The life you want is hidden inside the responsibilities you keep avoiding. Fact number 3. Responsibility builds character. Anybody can chase comfort, but responsibility builds character. And character is what carries people through hard seasons. A responsible person keeps showing up, even when they don't feel motivated. They keep learning, they keep improving, they keep trying. Not because it's easy, but because they understand something important. Your future is dependent on who you become today. A lot of people want success without responsibility, but success without responsibility destroys people. Responsibility teaches patience, it teaches discipline, it teaches leadership. And honestly, People we admire the most in life usually carry the greatest responsibilities. Good fathers, strong leaders, people with integrity, people others can depend on. Responsibility shapes people into someone trustworthy, someone solid, someone strong. Fact number 4: you become different when you accept responsibility. The moment you fully accept responsibility for your life, you become dangerous in the best way possible. Because now, setbacks don't stop you, criticism doesn't break you, failure doesn't define you. You adapt, you learn, you grow, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of life and start becoming a builder of life. And that's the difference between people who stay stuck and people who evolve. One waits, the other takes responsibility. And maybe that's the message somebody watching this needs today. Nobody is coming to magically change your life. Not motivation, not luck, not perfect timing. At some point, you have to decide, I'm responsible for the person I become. That decision can transform your entire future. If this message spoke to you, don't just watch it and move on. Actually, think about this. What responsibility have you been avoiding? Because your next level in life might be connected to that answer. And if you are on your own journey of growth, purpose, discipline, and becoming who you were created to be, subscribe to the Becoming Journey. We are growing together. And remember, responsibility may feel heavy at first, but it's also the thing that makes you powerful.